Tropical storm Elsa became a Category 1 hurricane in the last hours and threatens Cuba and Barbados and heading to Miami. So far, our department will not be directly affected.
Tropical storm Elsa became a hurricane as it was located about 30 kilometers west-southwest of Barbados with maximum sustained winds of 120 kilometers per hour, the U.S. National Hurricane Center reported on Friday. According to the project path of this weather phenomenon, its winds will bring it to impact Miami in the first days of next week. Before that, islands such as Cuba, Puerto Rico, and others in the Caribbean are compromised. The DMAR warns that the entry of Hurricane Elsa in the eastern Caribbean Sea will cause the swell to present significant height between 3 and 4 meters of height, a signal that will be transferred to the rest of the basin with the transit of the system in the region. Regarding weather conditions, precipitation is expected to be activated throughout the Colombian Caribbean region due to the indirect action of Tropical Cyclone Elsa. It is important to emphasize to the community that so far Elsa does not present any danger to our department.
And Teleislas News shares on this occasion the initiative of an island biologist who, in order to preserve the culture, species, and gastronomy of the island, uses capabilities and knowledge to follow the reproductive cycle of the black crab in his laboratory.
Faber Gonzalez is a man whose love for his work and for the species that are part of the biodiversity of our biosphere reserve has led him to create a laboratory in his home where he follows closely the evolution of the black crab and generates a protocol of production for juveniles in lab condition of laboratory.
The crab has a natural cycle where the ovate females carry their eggs to the sea and deposit them in the water. The egg releases a larva a few hours later, which swims with the swaying of the currents. It develops in different stages, which we call soy. It then reaches an advanced stage that we call megalopa, which is a tiny crab that still has a tail, and finally becomes a small crab that goes ashore. This process generally lasts about a month.
According to Faber, the objective of this initiative is to develop a strategy of a protocol to carry out the cycle that crabs go through in the sea but brings it to the laboratory.
For now, what I do is to go to the coast every month, take a female crab that is ovate and take a small fraction of it with a brush and release it. That is to say, it does not suffer any damage, and with that I do the tests. In the future, what should we do? Well, take them not with a brush, but add the eggs of 10, 20, 100 females and produce a large number of juveniles in laboratories.
These are the image of the first megalops that has been able to produce in his laboratory. This shows that this project could become a reality and contribute to the non-extinction of these species, which is important both for the environment and for the gastronomic culture of the department.
And the local government will develop this weekend a vaccination campaign to immunize the children of the department against measles and rubella.
The Secretariat of Health will conduct this weekend a vaccination campaign against measles and rubella in order to immunize the children of the island who are between 1 to 10 years old. The Health Department has arranged 9 vaccination points for Saturday and 7 for Sunday.
We are trying to protect our territory against the circulation of this virus. This is a national line note that we receive, and all the departments, they are making it tomorrow and Sunday. We will have different points where the people they can assist. We have the CDI colors in Santana, San Luis Health Center, right here at the Gobernación, Simpson Wells Schoolhouse, by the police, they are by the Clínica Villarreal, the Armada, and also Sunday they will have the point by the Bienestar Familiar right by La Esmeralda, Barrick by the Cancha, by the Gobernación here, hospital, and also police, Centro Médico Insular, and the Army Awidon Cove.
The Secretariat of Health has indicated that this vaccination will take place on Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and invites the public to immunize their children since we are just a few weeks away from the return to in-person classes on the island.
And we went to the vaccination point on the hill in order to know how the vaccination session is progressing. Our journalist Alice Medina gives us information from this point.
Good evening, ladies and TV viewers. I say hello from here from the Hill sector, specifically in the Cultural House, because right now the DSM of mass vaccination are continuing. Right now they are here continuing putting the vaccine of Sinovac right here, the first doses and the second doses. Let's remember that this is the continuation from the mass vaccination that we had in the last weeks and will take place in at the Hotel Teleislas. So right now they are going to different points of the island to continue the vaccination so all of we can be protected against the COVID-19. Till these hours to the last of this emission, only 15 persons have come to this point of vaccination. So the invitation is to all of to come out. They will be here till 3 o'clock in the evening. So it's very important for all of us to support in this recovery what we are having to get after the pandemic. Tomorrow, the vaccination DSM always will continue. They will be in the Natanya School from 7:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the evening. We'll continue seeing how this journey make, how this day continue, and we'll continue with more information tomorrow also with the mass vaccination in Natanya Fisi-Hoigan. This is all the information from the Hill. Continue Lisa in studio.
Thank you, Alice. And here is a summary of the situation of COVID-19 in our department.
30 new infections are added to the department according to the daily report issued by the National Health Institute. This brings a total of 6,325 as of July 1st. Also yesterday, 3 people died from COVID in the archipelago, one 53-year-old man and 2 women aged 57 and 70 years respectively. The location of these infections, age range, or health status are not yet being determined. Teleislas News is awaiting a local report from the departmental administration.
And as we continue with more information, important information for those who wish to work as assistants in the upcoming elections.
The National Civil Registry Office opened a call for employment with 2,000 vacancies nationwide, where 11 correspond to San Andres and Old Providence. The departmental delegate Jeffrey Corpus explained what it is about.
Convocar al proceso de selección para
to convene the selection process for the position of 11 administrative assistants for the period from August 2nd to December 31st. People who can participate in this card are young people between 18 and 28 years old who have a high school diploma and have their military situation defined in the case of men.
The official also explained the phases and dates of the call and some of the functions they will perform.
Las fases comprenden el 6 de...
The phases include the registration on July 6th, knowledge test on July 8th, qualification test from July 9th until the 11th, background check from July 12th to July 15th, and publication of eligible list on July 16th. The function that would be exercised by the people that would be elected is to attend users, to process documents, and to be a support in the upcoming elections.
Now let's get to know other facts that are making news in our brief news sections of today.
The Secretariat of Education started the campaign Seeds of Love, which seeks to promote family bonding and care for the environment in different sectors of the island. The strategy seeks to teach children, adolescents, and adults to value, respect, and care for nature through the sowing of a seed. A binding activity during this process, the first sector to benefit from this campaign was the Simpson Well neighborhood. The Coralina Environmental Corporation is training the macro and micro entrepreneurs of the island of Law 1973 of 2019, which regulates and prohibits the entry, marketing, and use of bags and other plastic materials in the archipelago department. Through this campaign, the environmental entity seeks to raise awareness in the community about the use of plastic. The governor of the archipelago, Everett Hawkins, concluded the agenda of meetings and socialization of projects with officials of Costa Rica. A sign of goodwill, the leader of the islanders delivered her handicraft to the vice chancellor of the Central American country, Adriana Bolaños.
And now we continue with the weather forecast. The weather forecast for today, July 2nd. In the coastal area of the archipelago, the sky is mainly sunny. The temperature is 29 degrees Celsius, with wind from the northeast direction with intensities of 11 km per hour. Humidity forecast is of 74% and probability of precipitation is of 7%.